From the Oklahoman Newsroom, this is an OU Update. I'm Jenny Carlson here with Ryan Aber. Ryan, at the same time Bedlam football was underway on Saturday, the Oklahoma men's basketball team actually had a fairly significant game going on at the same time at Wisconsin, going against the Badgers. They built a good lead, but didn't close the deal, lose on the road to Wisconsin. What did you walk away from that game? What were your impressions of the Sooners?
Well, good and bad. The good that they were able to build a lead against a team as good as Wisconsin on the road and do it with some different pieces. We saw Cameron McGusty, the freshman that everybody thought was going to be their top guy in this freshman class, who hadn't played much this season to this point. It's sort of fallen behind some other freshmen, Christian Doolittle being one of them, but McGusty had a fantastic game. Pretty sure he finished with 11 points, his best game of the season. The problem was in the second half when Christian James got in foul trouble. I think he got his fourth late in that game. When he had to go out, Wisconsin just completely took over the game. They were able to dictate the tempo and really take advantage of the Sooners, especially on the inside. And they've got to get Kadeem Latin going on both ends of the floor.
You know, we've seen a couple of these games where Oklahoma's built some nice leads. Northern Iowa comes to mind, a game that ultimately goes to overtime and Northern Iowa wins. As you've looked at these games where they've maybe been able to build a lead on good teams but then not be able to win, is there a pattern? Is foul trouble and depth become the issue, or have they all been kind of different to this point?
Yeah, when you're talking about those two and really some of the other games that they've had as well, foul trouble has been a common thread in all of these. When you get guys like Christian James, really Christian James and Kadeem Latin especially are the keys, just because one, Kadeem Latin, the defense he provides on the inside, and Christian James, the versatility. He can defend a lot of people. He can score against several positions on the floor. So when you get those two guys out, things can fall apart. And the other one is ball movement. We saw the other night they only had 4 assists against Wisconsin. They only had 6 a couple weeks ago in a game that they struggled at home. They ultimately won. But when they struggle, ball movement seems to be an issue.
All right, lastly, they'll have a chance to get back out there and get on the winning track again this week. Games against Oral Roberts at home, and then downtown Oklahoma City in the all-college, which is obviously
the two-college classic.
Yeah, right, no colleges, just 2. Oklahoma against Wichita State. Wichita State playing pretty good this year. So what do the Sooners need to do to get back on the winning track against these two teams?
Well, I think just what I said. They need to move the ball. They need to get a lot of different people involved in their offense. It doesn't need to be just Christian James going one-on-one and scoring, or sitting out on a wing and hitting the three-pointer. They've got to move around the ball to get the best shot, and that's going to be what they've got to do all year. They don't have a guy like Buddy Hield who can just go score from any point on the floor. So they're going to have to throw the ball around. Those assist numbers need to go up. I'm really looking forward to that Saturday game against Wichita State, in part because one of Wichita State's starters, Shaq Morris, who is an Edmond native and played fantastically there during his high school career. And he's a really big piece of what the Shockers are doing this year.
Yeah, he's had a great year this year. It'll be fun to see how he reacts back on Oklahoma soil against the Sooners. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.